Studios in Louisville, Kentucky. It's time for another episode of The Evolution of Survivor Strategy. Tonight, 10 fans, 10 favorites. Who wins? One of the most mind-bending, seducing games that this game has ever seen so far. Blindside after blindside after blindside. And maybe the dumbest move of all time. Your host, Darby. Hello, Easy Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Evolution of Survivor Strategy. I'm your host, Starfeezy. I'm here to bring you the 16th chapter of the Evolution of Survivor Strategy. I'm going with the Black Widow Brigade and the dumbest move ever. More on that in a little bit. So, guys, this is another episode of the Evolution of Survivor Strategy. I hope you guys are enjoying it. This was a very fun season to go back and rewatch because I've only watched the season once, and that was I remember not loving the season when I first came on, but this season has so many great strategic Survivor moves. And that's what this whole podcast is about. It's a great Survivor moves. And back in the day, I was a big fan of Ozzy. And then over the time, I've kind of been like, okay, Ozzy's not really that great of a game player because he just kind of like, hey, dude, I'm going to go surf in the ocean and I'm going to go catch some fish. And then I'm just going to win some challenges. That's Ozzy's gameplay. I don't respect that gameplay anymore. I respect more the mind-bending strategic game strategy. So, that's me talking about this season. So, let's get right into it. So, the season is divided fans versus favorites. You have 10 people who've never played the game before versus 10 of our favorite Survivor players here. Love to watch, love to hate. And there were some really great game players like Jonathan Penner, Yowman, Johnny Fairplay. It was cool seeing Johnny Fairplay back. I wish he would have actually stuck it out because I think he could have brought a really cool little wrinkle in this game this season. But, you know, he gets taken out early. Yowman gets taken out early because he's just such a threat of how he can find the idols, how he's just a very smart game player, and that's why he was taken out so early. And then, like, Jonathan Penner, who gets taken out because of his knee, gets hurt in the challenge. And this season has so many injuries. But, you know, the thing about the fans versus favorites is you would think the favorites part of the show is going to be great. They're going to dominate. But the favorites lose the first challenge. But then the fans, there are some very good game players. I mean, I think Joe is one of those guys who, if they brought Joe back for another season, probably never happened. But he was making moves and controlling that fan tribe. Like, if we don't ever merge, I think Joe is would probably still be in the game. Probably get taken out early merge. But I still think Joe was a very good strategic game player. And I would love to see Joe come back. You know, he planted those blindsides on taking out Mary. And then they took out Michael B, Michael B was a very good game player as well, just got taken out, and just because he was just viewed as a threat by Joe, and Joe knew he couldn't trust him, so he has to take him out. So yeah, then we get to this tribe mix-up, and the game is all kind of ending. And one thing I want to talk about is Ozzy finds the idol. Okay, first off, he finds the idol, and he plants a fake hidden immunity idol, which is much a stick, as Eliza would say. It's an effing stick. And so I just want to get straight to the merge, because there are some things to talk about before we get to the merge. Parvati and James end up on this one tribe. Penner goes, so now it is 4-3. Eventually it becomes, but basically it's 4-3. So Parvati has to use her mind games, and she builds this alliance with Alexis and Natalie, who are basically loyal to her the entire game. It just shows how great of a game player Parvati really is to be able to do that. So we get to the merge. We also had Kathy who quit, who kind of went through a depression. It's the one time I think Probst has given the okay for someone to quit like that, because she was going to depression. You don't want anything to really depress people. So that happens. So we get to the merge, and the first challenge, Jason wins. He gives his idol to Eliza. Eliza plays it knowing it's not a real idol. Basically, putting out in the open, Ozzy has the idol. Then we get to the next episode. So, Ozzy
in a very comfortable position. He trusts his people, his alliance, where, in the first game, he was all on his own. He didn't really trust anybody, and he just won his competitions to get to the end. Cherie realizes this might be our best chance to get rid of Ozzy. So her and Parvati, they get the group of women together, get Jason to vote out Ozzy, and Ozzy gets blindsided, does not play his idol, and goes home with one of the... when he gets voted out and that just stare down, it's just one of the most iconic, one of the great iconic Survivor moments. Great move. Just such a brilliant strategic move to take out Ozzy, because he's going to probably win the next few challenges. You need to take him out while you can. And he has the idol. Then the next episode, Jason finds the idol. It's time to blindside him. The women this women alliance, this is the first successful women's alliance in Survivor history. The women were able just to get in these guys' heads and just completely spin them around. Jason, who has the idol, knows Ozzy just got voted out, but they make him feel so safe. He doesn't play the idol, and he gets blindsided. Just brilliant. Any season, the art of the blind side, the way they were able to bend these guys in their head and just blindside them was just incredible. James gets taken out due to medical reasons. His finger. Okay, yeah, let's move on to the next part. So Eric wins that final 6 immunity. There's 5 women left. And Alexis, Natalie, and Eric want to take out Amanda because jury threat. She's good at the challenges. We need to take her out while we can. Parvati doesn't want to take her out. And Cherie doesn't want to take Amanda out because that's her girl, but she doesn't want to draw rocks. Fair point to Cherie. But Amanda finds a hidden immunity idol, plays the hidden immunity idol, absolutely blindsides Alexis. Alexis goes home. Then we get to the final 5. Final 5, Eric wins immunity again. Looks like he's going to go on a little bit of an Aussie run. And, Eric was very good at these challenges in this season. And some of these challenges were pretty hard. I do like the challenge where it's Survivor Trivia. I would love to see them do that challenge again. I don't think they ever will, but I would love to see a Survivor Trivia challenge again in a future Survivor season. Come on, Probes. I know you listen to this. Come on. Do another Survivor Trivia. But Eric wins that final 5 immunity. And they're all like, oh, well, Natalie, it was nice playing with you. And then they're like, what if we could get you to convince Eric to give the immunity necklace to you? And he's like, who would be stupid enough to fall for that? And Eric's like, no, I'm not giving my necklace up. That's non-negotiable. It's like, yeah, but if you give the necklace up, Cherie will know that you're telling the truth and that she can believe you. It's just the way, yes, Eric made the dumbest move in Survivor history. There is no question about it. One of the dumbest moves of all time. But the way the women were just eating those guys' mind and completely, they didn't know what direction they were going. And you can kind of believe Eric, a 22-year-old kid who just his mind is just destroyed by this woman and these women. And one of the funniest lines is where Cherie goes like, my mama always told me, you may not always be able to be in with these, but you can always be in with this. Sorry. And so, yeah, final 4, Natalie goes home. So we get to the final 3. They all think, oh, final 3, we're going to the finals. Shocker, we got a final 2. Which I think it kind of screws Cherie over because Cherie's not the greatest challenge person. And Amanda wins, and I don't know if she made the right move or not. I do think she did because I do think Cherie gets to the finals. Mother of 3 played a very strategic game, very under the radar because Parvati was really taking all the hits. Because Cherie was never targeted the entire season. And so, yeah, Amanda takes out Cherie. So we have Cherie and Parvati. And I do think both these two played a phenomenal game. If either one wins, good move. I do think Parvati had more of the blood on her hands. She owned up to her moves. Amanda was a little more shady. And so, yeah, I think, I'm just curious, what would they have done if it was a tie? Because they only had 8 votes, so it really made more sense to do a final 3 with 7 people left. They could have done but in the end, Parvati wins the game. I think one of the best performances in a Survivor game, And, we'll see her again in Heroes vs. Villains, and I'll talk more about her when we get to there. Amanda played a good game. Cerie played a good game. Natalie, I would love to see Natalie. I know she's almost been back a couple times. I'd like to see her come back. Alexis, I don't know about her, but yeah, overall, guys, great season. I think this is my favorite season of Survivor so far. It's a very easy rewatch, and yeah, I like this season. So, guys, that ends this episode of the Evolution of Survivor Strategy. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Make sure you stay tuned for more episodes. Also, I have 2 more parts of the Top 100 on my main Darth Easy YouTube channel. That should be out sometime next week. I keep forgetting to upload these YouTube videos. I got 2 left to upload, and that's the final 10 movies. What are going to be on the final 10? Wait and check it out. All right, guys, until next time. Click that like button, subscribe to see more, and tell your friends about Easy Nation. Until next time, all too easy.